Hello, true duelists. My name is Craig Fee, and as always, welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Update. Some interesting news for Power of the Elements, set to release August 4th, with the TCG revealing one of its exclusives, Goatee of the Deep Beyond. A level 10 Synchro Fish monster needing a Fish-type tuner and one or more non-tuners. Its original attack becomes 500 times the number of banished monsters, and if summoned on the opponent's turn, can banish all cards on the field. Every single one of them, including itself. Not even for a cost, just as long as it's on the opponent's turn. And during the standby phase of the next turn after it was banished from the monster zone, it can summon itself. So, not bad. This is a very strong effect, and personally speaking, my mermails are itching for some new toys, so it has me excited. I say this because it must be part of a new TCG exclusive archetype as far as I'm concerned, because there are currently 4 fish tuner monsters in the game that we are allowed to play, and even counting the banned Fishborg Blaster, or the white series of cards that can become tuners like White Aura Whale, none of them can synchro on the opponent's turn to trigger this card's only real effect. Redditors would be quick to point out that you could use a Halka Fibrax play involving Baby Mud Dragon to make a formula synchron you control a fish type, which will then go off to summon the big boy here. To use an appropriate analogy, this seems like a very long walk for a short sip of water, because if you're going to go through the trouble and make an entirely complex Halka Fibrax line involving garnets like Baby Mud Dragon, you could instead just play good cards and make a good deck. And get a strong board with good level 10 synchros like Baron. Because that's how the French say it, probably. Not to say that Goatee here is bad, but let's be real, Baby Mud Dragon ain't gonna be what makes it good. And if I'm wrong, then I'm just an idiot. Still, I do hope Fish here does get an archetype. Another water deck is always good in my books, and if it doesn't get one, then this is just underwhelming hype. Also, apparently its name is Fish, not Goatee. Goatee, as I'm pronouncing it, is a play on the English language. The GH in this word is meant to be pronounced the same way the GH is pronounced in enough, with an F sound. The O is meant to be pronounced as the O is in women, you know, we instead of woman, women. And the TI is to be pronounced the same way TI is in the word nation. So it's meant to be read as Fish of the Deep Beyond, which is a significantly less cooler name. This is both dumb as hell and absolutely amazing. And if life were a Reddit post, I would say up doots to the left before promptly ending my own life. Moving on, the Crystal Beast structure deck has had its last bit of support revealed. Bridge of the Heart. A continuous spell that will give you an extra normal summon of a Crystal Beast once per turn, can once per turn destroy a Crystal Beast card you control or in your hand to add any crystal spell or trap from your deck to hand, and once per turn, if a Crystal Beast monster is put to your spell and trap zone, it can target an opponent's card and then bounce that target to the hand as well as itself. It gives more summons for extending, it searches for the deck's searchers, fun fact, and it can disrupt the opponent while also clearing itself to make room for your Crystal Beasts. Probably should have just been a field spell, as far as I'm concerned, but it's still solid for the deck. And like I mentioned, fun fact, this is a bridge card, meaning you can search it with Awakening of the Crystal Lord. In layman's terms, that means this deck can search a search card to grab a searcher and then play your search card. It's just a shame none of those monsters go anywhere that the other decks aren't already doing in this game, as the new fusion doesn't seem any easier to summon particularly and has the glaring Rainbow Dragon problem of being a boss monster that leaves the field. But hey, they can search it out easy enough. Probably. All in all, it gets the YGO Strats seal of decent. What a prestigious award. The full list has now been revealed for the OCG version of the deck, with their versions coming with powerful reprints like Dimension Shifter, Ash Blossom, Ghost Bell, and Cosmic Cyclone. God willing, the TCG gets them as well, and I look forward to reporting on how in place of Ash Blossom, the TCG will instead be getting a copy of Breakthrough Scale. For our merch news, the TCG has shown its prizing for the Back to Duel event. Back to Duel is a new program at OTS stores with limited edition prizes of the Face Card Trio, and it's a pun on back to school in late June. You keep doing you, TCG. Stay smart. In community news, the Progression series has finally changed at long last, by which I mean Gage did it. He finally ended Simo's 8-week-long winning streak by playing Pac-Man against Simo's decidedly based reversal quiz FTK. Absolutely amazing, and with the wheel he'll be able to get a prize that'll most likely be a common from Duelist Pack Jaden. What a win. Atta boy Gage. The score is now 12-10 in Simo's favor, and at least nothing will get banned next week, which means it is something different. To those wondering about the Yugituber Awards for 2021 to be held by MBT, it has been confirmed by the Joseph Rothschild himself that they've been cancelled due to unfortunate timing. In-person events returning, him moving, and it now being late June have been the cause of this most recent bout of cancel culture. There should be awards for 2022, however, with voting presumably taking place sometime in November or December. If I was a betting man. Hooray! A chance for me to appear? No. But maybe, yes. It's hopium, it's copium, and it is decidedly nopium, all put into one. And that right there is news. Speaking of MBT, in one of his Twitter threads for a future video, comedy itself was reinvented. Yes, Tatsim, the world's greatest Drytron player, according to, I don't know, me, has made the greatest joke ever. In a thread about confusing Yu-Gi-Oh cards like Inspector Border, Tatsim replied with a picture of Pot of Greed, because nobody knows what it does. This was both a genuine response and also hilarious, and as such, comedy is now dead, because nothing will ever top that. That is unless you consider Triff declaring himself to be a Florida man funny, because that did happen this past week. Again, not really important, but I did feel the need to share. And so that wraps it up for this week's update. Big shout outs to me for realizing I needed to film this 2 seconds before I fully passed out and missed today's video entirely, so hoorah for last minute existential crisis wake up me. I don't know. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to YGO Strats for next week's update and so that you too can be a true duelist.